Good morning again, Live, Build, Change family. We're back with the Morning Mindset Edition. This is just a little shot in the soul to help you get your mind right for the day. Because if we start out believing the truth every morning after we rise, if we're intentional about focusing on the truth of who God is, who we are, and what the world is around us, we're able to live more in the reality that is life. And I started yesterday with a true confession, telling you one of the areas I have discovered where I limit myself in terms of what I believe. And my story centers around challenges I face and obstacles or hurdles or next steps that I see, in this case, particularly in my business. And because it's difficult or hard or is going to take a whole lot of work, and I don't immediately know the answers for how I'm going to overcome the obstacle, I tend to back off. And I tend to say to myself, well, that's going to be more than I'm equipped to handle right now, or that's going to be too challenging. And it serves as a way to procrastinate rather than as a motivation to stir me up and to push me forward. And I'm bringing up that situation. I'm making this true confession because I want you to consider making a true confession to yourself. Can you look in your life and can you see places, areas where you tend to limit yourself in what you will allow yourself to believe is possible? It could be a circumstance having to do with your employment or your work, your business. It could be something that has to do with relationships. Maybe you're having a very hard time in your marriage right now, and your spouse and you are kind of at odds, or your communication has become so strained and difficult. Man, I know what that's like to have something that has happened in a negative respect for so long. It becomes this overwhelming kind of a pattern. It becomes something that seems too big to conquer. And you begin telling yourself that this is just how it's always going to be. This will never change. Have you ever had that voice in your mind? This is never going to change. It's always going to be like this. It's going to be miserable. It's going to be hopeless, just like this. And I'm here to tell you that is the voice of a liar. Sometimes it's the enemy of our souls, the devil. Sometimes it is our own power of sin that lives in our bodies. It's our own insecurity and fear that is talking to us in those moments. And I'm here to tell you, the God of the universe says that we are more than that. He says that because Jesus Christ is in us, we are heirs of His promises for strength, His promises for wisdom, His promises for whatever we need for life and godliness, Peter tells us. And when we stop moving forward, we stop attempting great things for God, whether it's just in our role as a mom or a dad or a spouse, because of those things, we are limiting God according to our own unbelief. We are saying to ourselves, this thing that I feel, and it's usually only a feeling, is bigger than God. It has more significance in my life than His presence and power. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a person who consents to that sort of a belief. I don't want to be satisfied with staying there. I want to believe that my life can count for big things, even if it's not worldwide known things, but just big things in my family, that God can do great things in my marriage. God can bring great things out of my parenting. Because He is the power in my life, and He is more powerful and more aligned with bringing about good in my life than any of these negative thoughts that I have are powerful to bring me down. I want to ask you today, look at your life, ask the Holy Spirit to show you your limiting beliefs, and ask Him to give you one step today that you can take to prove those beliefs are a lie. I'll talk to you tomorrow on the Morning Mindset Edition.